So Tony's gonna light some incense. We're gonna get started. This is the first episode in a while for Stupidly Woke. We just had to run it back. My name's Tony. I'm the host. This is the spiritual kick it spot. So this is my good friend Tony from high school. Everyone knows him as Stony, but I call him Tony because we go way back. And I just want to do a quick mention that, man, I love our friendship. I'm glad that we got to reconnect later on in life as adults and to see where we are at in life, and we get to work with each other. And yeah, so Tony's going to do a little incense. Not incense. Incest. Apparently
incense.
I'm a fob.
Incense. We're not talking about incest, guys. We're not talking.
So we're gonna do. Normally, I'll start the podcast with a little bit of flora water made by Taita Pedro, and it's an amazing smell. He makes it from the heart. Cleanse ourselves, and we'll just get dived right into it. So we started a podcast. About what, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years?
Even
maybe
less,
a year?
man.
Yeah, maybe less.
Because I did my first ceremony in February.
Dude, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we had a podcast where I wanted Tony to share his ideologies and his thought process between spirituality, and it has been a 180 fucking flip.
Yes,
bro. So let's go to a flashback real quick. When you're coming in to do the podcast at the beginning of the year, what was coming into your mind? What were your thoughts on all of this?
Like, I mean, I had an open mind to it, of course, but everything I knew was through pop culture, social media, movies, shows, about like peyote and like all that spiritual healing. Even though I felt like I was ready for it, of course, you have no idea what to expect. And I even thought back to it, like, I was pretty rigid for that podcast, bro. You were telling me all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but like my traumas, and I was telling stuff, like all this stuff. And I was kind of like, I was open to it, but I wasn't that, like, I couldn't see it.
Bro, you know what was the moment that changed your life? It was the moment when we got done with the podcast, and you're like, tell me when the next ayahuasca ceremony was, and when we shook hands, that was the end of it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so now fast forward, boom, February comes around, you sign up, and Friday comes through, you ride with us.
It was exciting.
And yeah, let's hear the details, man. First night.
Well, dude, the first night was crazy. Kind of my fault too, even though I did the dieta. I was, you told me to do vegetarian, but I'm such a stoner, I couldn't stop smoking. And I think that's what held me back a lot.
Yeah.
Because, so the first night I was there, it was cool. Met everybody. The facility was amazing. Facilitators were all welcoming, very beautiful. But it was my first experience, right?
Yeah.
So again, you don't know what to expect. I saw the barn, the ceremony room. It was really nice. Still, like, you're like, yo, like, where am I gonna sleep? How am I gonna poo? How am I gonna pee? Like, I saw the porta potties. I saw the showers outside. Like, okay, starting to really make sense. I did a little stroll around. I saw like the camping area. It was a beautiful facility, Cherry Valley. I love it. Riva, thank you so much for having us there.
Shout out to Riva.
Shout out to Riva, the owner of the facility. And I felt like I was spoiled for having that for my first ceremony too. But so going back, we started late. I took the shot. We took the cup.
So let's roll it back. During the process when Taita Pedro, shout out to Hummingbird Church, Taita Pedro starts blessing the medicine. What was going through your head before you even take the shot?
Oh my God, bro! Like, even I was just trying to take everything in, really. Like, try to go in with no expectations. I was just trying to take in, and I was just trying to really respect the ceremony, and see that he was like putting his energy right, like. From the outside looking in, it was just a show. Yeah. People can say, you can judge it however you want, but I was really trying to respect it and see that he really cared about the ceremony and everybody there. So I was just seeing the steps, like, okay, this is what's happening. He got the
Waira.
Yeah, the Waira. He was doing that. He was like singing to it, to the medicine, and like blowing his energy into it. Like, it was cool.
Okay.
It was cool, man.
And then so they go, if you have never drank ayahuasca, please get in line.
Yeah, newcomers first.
Newcomers first.
Newcomers first.
What was going through your head when you were in that line, man?
Bro, oh my god, dude. I mean, I was getting a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect again. And then, we were just lining up. It was cool. Oh, and the smoke cleansing too. I love the smoke cleansing.
The kapal.
Yeah. It really made the ceremony feel very authentic. It made it
Shout
feel
out
very
to Chuck,
real.
kapal master.
Yeah, man. All the facilitators, amazing. Too many to name, but as we're talking about it,
they'll come out.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah, I was just nervous, and then once it got there, dude, you know what I mean? Got to the cup. Taita does the thing where you have to look him. Taita has the thing where he looks you in the eye, and he gauges, like literally looks deep into your soul, and gauges, I guess, how much you need for that setting.
If you don't mind me asking, normally you set an intention before you drink your first cup. Side note, normally regular dose is 2 cups. We always start with 1, like half, so he can kind of gauge. But what were your intentions coming into the ceremony? Like, why even do ayahuasca?
I mean, like going back to our first ceremony. Our first podcast. We're talking about like, you know, the traumas and like all the stuff in my life, man. And that was just something I needed to, bro. It was just that thing where you kept having this bad cycle of like bad reactions, triggers with family and friends. Yeah. And I didn't know how to break it. And every time, you know, that regret after you overreact to something, like we all have. Just some, you know.
Yeah, the one where you go, I fucked up.
Too many times, man. Yeah. And you keep like you always say, oh, I wish I, when you feel better about yourself, you're like, oh, I won't do that again. But come on, like we're all humans, and it's like a programming. I didn't know how to reprogram. I tried therapy, I tried other stuff, you know, partying with your friends, doing crazy shit, having all that, you know, traveling and all the stuff people think to heal, but you're not really healing. You're having fun, and you're like. Yeah, you're taking care of yourself, but not that way. And you know, with the pop culture, and seeing how the reasoning of why people go through these things onto like wanting to be better and wanting to heal and wanting to improve, and I guess breaks like generational curses and cycles. That's what led me into it, man.
And so, you drink the medicine.
So I'm sorry. The intentions. The intentions was to mend from all of that. Yeah.
So you drink the medicine. How long does it take for effect, or do you even realize it's taking effect?
Okay, so that's where like the whole party like experimenter of me, you know, because I love experimenting, like, you know, growing up, trying new stuff, shrooms, acid, you know, Molly here and there. So like, and of course, when you try new things, you always try to experience and connect to, refer to older experiences. So I was just trying to see like what to feel. But the crazy thing is though, when I was just trying to see what I feel, or like even trying to feel it, people were already starting to scream, doing the yelling, right? And the moaning. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. We're all taking the same thing. Taita didn't give us nothing different, but people react so differently to it. Yeah. And then for me, the first night, I didn't really feel it at all, to be honest. Like, I saw some visuals. I was really trying my best to feel it, but that was wrong of me. Because I was seeing everything was happening around me. I'm like, why is this? Like, where's my thing, you know?
I feel like it's not wrong of you that you were trying to feel it. It's completely normal, but that's why we talk about sitting all 3 days, you know what I mean? The first day you may not experience anything, and it's just introducing you to the medicine, and people are so caught up on visions and this and that and magic when it's not about that.
No, it's not about that at all.
You know? And then, okay, so Saturday rolls around. I remember it being a day ceremony, right?
Yeah, it was a day ceremony.
So now it's Saturday. You about to take a shot. Fast forward. What's going through your mind now?
Well, okay. So I mean, what's funny is with ayahuasca too. You don't sleep. Even though I didn't feel it, I couldn't sleep. So from Friday night, I was up to like 6, 7. We finally got a little sleep up at like 11, I believe. And then I was just trying to process that night and just, you know, understanding what was going on. And then when the second shot came by, it was the same thing. I was a little more open to it now, right? I saw the whole ceremony. I saw what Tata was doing. So now it's more like, all right, now I have kind of a reference point to all the people screaming and yelling and doing that thing. It was beautiful. I don't want to scare people. It's just like that was their processing, right? Yeah. And they were fine the next day.
You start understanding.
Nobody died.
You start understanding that they're healing. The more screams, the throwing, the purging. It's not throwing us purging because you're releasing whatever doesn't serve you anymore.
And what's so funny? The people that were screaming and yelling looked the most relaxed the next day. They looked the most calm, and they were just like chilling. I'm like, "You good?" They're like, "I'm good." I'm like, "All right, bet, that's cool." So I had that to refer to. So to me, it was like, "All right, is this today going to be that day for me?" Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I had the same intentions, but like, was it? Is today the day? You know, but it wasn't. It was. I still took it. I took the first cup. I purged, which is funny. I didn't purge the first day. On Friday. A lot of people were purging, throwing up, but I wasn't. I didn't. So I didn't think I was gonna purge the second day, but I did. Kind of felt a little bit. I saw the visuals. I did feel something different, but it wasn't that intenseness that that I guess was expecting, but I didn't know everyone processed it differently at that time. Again, I kept thinking about Friday night and how wild it was, and I kept wondering when it was gonna be my time. I had to call the second cup. I actually think I was a little scared because I was throwing up, and I didn't like throwing up.
Yeah,
I didn't like throwing up, and I went up to you like, "Hey, Tony."
Oh yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, but you were processing too.
Yeah, I also drank that day.
Yeah, you were you were doing your own thing, man. I went up to you like, "Tony, that's calling for a second cup, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know." And you're like, "Just fucking do it." just do it, Tony. Because prior to that, on the drive there, we were talking about dosages, right? And like how parents always made the kids to take the full dosage, and we never want to. But this was those times where even if you were kicking and screaming, you kind of have to. It's like, why are you there?
Yeah.
Why are you even there?
Yeah, so you take the second cup, and then what starts happening? Does your body feel different? Do you feel anything?
I want to say I was still processing the first cup, and it kind of got a little more intense. And then I think, and that's when I kind of went and just meditated with you in that area. And I was just kind of just take everything in. Yeah. It was a very, daytime was so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
The scenery.
I love day ceremonies, man.
The sky, you get to see the sunset, and you get to kind of just see everybody, right? And like in their own thing. It was so beautiful, laying out in the grass, soaking in the sun. Yeah, man. But again, the intenseness didn't happen until the third day. But I was definitely trying to take all my dosages for sure.
But see that's kind of beautiful that you brought that up, because a lot of people, they're so quick to judge the medicine. Oh, it's not working for me, it's not doing anything, when really you just really have to trust in it, and Tony trusted in the medicine, and he went to the third day, and then third day, Sunday fun day comes around, and tell me about your Sunday.
Oh my God, bro. Oh yeah, and then also, hindsight, it was my fault for not doing the full dieta. I couldn't not stop smoking. And I'm sure the people who were very receptive probably didn't even smoke.
The dieta is very important.
Yeah,
I worked with ayahuasca enough where I did test the dieta myself and stuff. And a dieta is pretty much kind of cleansing your body, not like... from one is like cannabis, like just reducing the stuff in your body. So, you want to go vegetarian as much as you can, because the hormones in the meat and everything, it's not like, oh, bro, I'm trying to be holy. It's just cleaning your body.
Or it's like starting with the cleanest slate you can.
Yeah, before, so the medicine makes it easier for the medicine to scan your body in a sense.
Yeah. So heads up, stoners, if you guys go into this, just know if it's in your system, it might be hard for it to hit the first time. So we got to be patient. So by the third day, first cup, and there's always a joke about second cup, because most people are scared of the second cup. Most people run because they're like throwing up. They're like, no, I don't know, Taita's coming. When Taita comes around, they close their eyes like, no, don't look at me. Like, don't call me up.
You're trying to be that wallflower.
Yeah, bro. Just like, don't see me. Don't call me for second cup. Bro, so first cup came around. It felt like more Saturday. And I was a little discouraged, man. But the community and everyone there was so loving, and On's food too. the food, because
Shout out to An. She's also my wife.
right. And then I got connected with the food thing with that too, because I'm a foodie. Aside from that, the food was amazing, and yeah, just taking it in again. And the first cup felt more like Saturday. I was just processing, just taking everything in, you know, seeing everybody, talking to everybody, seeing their experiences, right? But I still remember, bro, that little seating area right next to the food. We took the second cup.
Oh, bro.
We took the second cup. Holy bejeebus. We took the second cup. And I was, at that point, I was convinced I was not going to have a heavy trip. And I feel like that was just going to be my processing. I took my dosages. So, like I did everything I could, you know? Like, there's nothing more I could do. So I just took it. I didn't expect nothing. Me and you sat at that thing. We're just talking about something stupid.
Yeah, I started...
talking about dicks.
Yeah, I started a stupid invite-only comedy club in this little picnic area. And Tony was there. Hi, a few other people. And we're just talking about stupid shit, man.
Yeah,
and man, it was literally medicine, because I was laughing and crying from my soul, dude. It was just ridiculous. And you know, I think what helped Tony was forgetting to think about the medicine. 'Cause I forgot about the medicine. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm still processing, and I'm deep in the medicine, and I don't remember. I forgot about that.
People were telling us to be quiet, but we kind of couldn't, because we were processing.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, everyone, like, be quiet. Just yell, like, okay, we can't. Like, everyone shut up.
Yeah, and my dumbass rule made the only rule was you cannot laugh. And then it made it worse.
We all just started fucking laughing.
And, you know, I remember that part, because out of nowhere, like, we start seeing Tony go deep into his thing, and we just all took it as a sign, and we just dispersed so he can continue his process.
Yes, because everyone's so understanding. They just know. So I was literally, I went 180 on them. I was just talking, having fun with Tony, and all of a sudden I started looking at the ground, and it went shroomy and acid on me. Like, it started like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm starting to see the visuals. And then all of a sudden, I was just like, whoa. My whole body just like went down into fetal position. And I started phasing. After I started, like, as much as I can remember, I started phasing in and out. Like, it started to get kind of uncomfortable, because it's like, it's not not something you do for fun, right? It's not shrooms. It's not like something you do to party. This is like work, you know? So when it hit me, it really became like this weird, like, I have to say, almost painful, but like a beautiful pain, like getting tattooed type of pain. Like, this shit hurts, but I know I'm gonna get something out of this type of pain, you know? Like, something inside of me told me that. Like, I just knew, like, this is something I have to go through. But what's so funny, I was like throwing up. Like, they got the bucket for me, they filled it up and everything. At that point, that's when Tony knew, like, all right, everyone dispersed. When I started throwing up and I started going to cocoon mode, like, I was wrapping myself in blankets. I wasn't on the floor, bro. I was on like a couch futon thing. Wasn't the best space, because you're supposed to be grounded, right? But I couldn't move from there. And then I think as I was going through all my my journey, my memories, what I was trying to see, definitely a lot of stuff with my ex and my family was going through, right? Like, just messages from my higher self. And so the higher self is pretty much like the best version of you, and the version that you strive to be without knowing it. And it's kind of there. I feel like that's my perception of it. When people say they get messages from up there, or like downloading things from like God or like spirits, for me, I call it the higher self. You call it whatever you want to call it that makes sense to you. And then so I was downloading those messages and stuff, but I was like, I'm cold, what's going on? Like, that was what's happening outside. So they were seeing me, so they saw me cold, so facilitators gave me blankets, you know, they covered me up, they took care of me, you know, like, I had my throw up bucket there. But like, I was phasing in and out for a while, bro. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. It was getting dark.
Bro, you know what's actually funny? I remember, I was still in my process. I remember you came to me a little bit later, and you're like, I know what I have to do. What, if you don't mind me asking, what was that going on in your head, bro?
Yeah, bro. And not to go deep, but it's like, I learned, it was one of those lessons that I realized a lot of times human beings, we ignore a lot of the things we need to let go of.
Yes.
Meaning that there's a lot of stuff that we need to get through, like people we need to talk to, or like situations you have to work through with people, friends, family, work, coworkers, whatever, that we hold on to. And you ignore it because you realize that it's better to ignore it because it's easier to. But shit like that eats away at you the longer you hold on to it. So the message told me like there's a lot of things that I needed to work through, like as in people I need to talk to, as in my family and stuff like that, even my ex, you know. And it made me realize I was ignoring those things when I should have been letting go of them. And the only way you can let go of them is to work through it and talk to those people.
Yep.
And get the message across. Because if you don't get your message across, it's gonna keep making things worse for you in your life. And that was the message I got when I told Tony, like, I know what I need to do. Because that's when I realized, told myself, you need to stop ignoring these things.
Yeah.
And fucking let go of them. And the only way to let go of them is to work through them. And that was my message, man. And that shit was crazy.
Okay, so after getting that message, we fast forward to ending the ceremony. We go into your everyday life with integration. So integration is something that we talk about after plant medicine, ayahuasca, anything like that. Is how to integrate what you learned into your life. And how did you do that?
Bro,
what did you do?
That's a big one, man. That's a big one. Because for the first time, you don't realize it because everything happens all at once so fast. And when you get home, you're still processing. I feel like you're still processing the medicine for like half a week still.
Yeah.
So things are still intense a lot. But the idea that, because people can, you know, the idea of relapsing, because I always think about, that you can go through all of this and just still go back to exactly how your life is. Because after that, your life is still exactly the same way, right? You go back, your triggers are still there, you know, like everything is still there. You're just going back, hopefully as not a better person, but the same person with more better mental tools that you can like apply to your life. But you still have to apply them.
Yeah.
And I have to say the first week was intense only because I have to say, like, with any intense substance that you take, whether it be good or bad for you, there's some type of like come down or like that recovery, you know what I mean? So it was intense for a little bit.
Did you get any like dreams? Did you get any like feelings that you were still in medicine?
Yeah, man. Just the way I was thinking. It's actually normal. Yeah. I was thinking still way outside the box.
Yeah.
Like interdimensional shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, like I'm already at home. I'm just watching TV. Why am I thinking of this? You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I am still processing. Yeah. And like high emotions too. Like I realized my triggers are still there. Yeah. And I have to say, I was a little more triggered the first week back.
Yeah.
Right. But after that, after going on the Zoom meeting, I have to say I didn't really keep up with it as much. But after the first couple of times, talking to them, learning about how everyone's dealing.
That's dope. I didn't know you jumped on the Zoom meeting. Was it with Brian or with Michael?
Yeah, I think. No, it was with Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the integration call. Was it one-on-one, multiple people?
No, it was multiple people.
Okay, and what'd you get out of it?
It was great, dude. It was I was able to see some familiar faces, like all the people from the ceremony. So that was nice, you know, like because it was all real. It really happened, you know. Like, I saw these people, and it was cool to hear everyone's experiences and actually hear Mark, right?
Michael.
Michael. Sorry, Michael about what he wanted out of us. And all the messages and the practices that for us to keep up, because it's work, it's effort, right? Once you start this journey, you don't go back to how you were before. You can't go back to how you were before. Like, you need to constantly be aware of who you are, how you are, and what's happening around you all the time now. Because once you jump, like, bro, it's like really diving into that pool, dude. Once you jump in, man, like that's your life now. That's your world. Because to go back to it is to go back to that person that needed it to begin with, and you don't want to be that person. You know, and that's how I integrate. I just wanted to just apply everything I learned, worked on my triggers, and I have to say my personal triggers are still kind of there. You know, like just little stupid shit. Like I do influencing. So I have a lot of videos just for me to spend more than enough time to look for a video
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll be like, oh, fuck. Like, you know, I would like this and that, which I feel like it's kind of like failing myself because that's me giving into my triggers. But when it comes to people, I've been so much better at not being triggered by people. I used to take things so personally, think things that are happening to me for people, like things that are, because people are like, nobody's perfect. You're not perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to understand that now. And like with the integration, I realize like everyone's damaged in a sense, or everyone has their own way of dealing with things. And I'm just so more understanding now. Like everyone's just the way they are. Like some people are a little rough on the edges like me. And some people are like, they're still learning. They're still doing dumb things. They're doing wrong things. But it's like they're gonna learn in their own way, and like you can do your best to help and guide people, but you can't expect them to learn and listen, right?
Yeah,
it's that type of deal. And I feel like a lot of people want to help people in a sense where they want help to help, and they want people to listen while they help them, and that's not fair.
Yeah,
you can't make people listen. You can only help them, and if they don't listen, you can only pray that they do one. Or like at some point their experiences will connect with what you were saying before, and they can have their own lesson, right? Because that's how people think, and I've learned that, dude. And that was one of those big things that I can apply in my daily life now. You know,
integration is highly important because a lot of times people may have visions or emotions, and they don't understand where it's coming from, why. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and integration with anyone can help you understand things a little bit more. Just talking about your problems or whatever you saw openly, it's really important. I integrate literally every day, like nonstop. Like
you can't stop it.
It's just like now my body's in this mode. Like unfortunately, it's kind of like Joe Rogan, where he's like, "But have you tried DMT though?
Have you tried Aya?"
Yeah, but so it's like, dude, it's crazy, but it's the truth. It's like the medicine is so real. Like you are trying to share it with whoever's willing to listen. Again, like I don't share it with everyone, and I feel like the medicine will reach out to the people that needs to reach out to. But it has changed my life tremendously. It had given me a lot more just beauty in life, like
so much insight.
Just last ceremony, my sister, her husband, and my mom went, bro.
That shit was beautiful. I wish I was there, man.
Crazy.
That shit was beautiful.
And then my mom is now talking about it to her friends, and her friends are reaching out to their kids. And dude, just today, my mom's really close friend, her son is going with his friend to September, because we talked about it. My mom talked to her about it,
bro.
And she spoke to her kid about it.
Yeah, because it's like it's that thing where you want to help everybody, but you want to help them help themselves.
Yeah, it goes through.
And how do you do that?
Yeah, it goes through the channel where it needs to go through. It's not gonna just be like,
right.
You know what I mean?
But how do you break walls into certain communities?
Yeah,
right?
Again, like my mom is just like every other Vietnamese,
immigrant,
like super like against everything,
close-minded.
Like every time I had like a shot, she'll be like, "What are you doing, Kong?"
Right. But
you're gonna kill yourself.
But it's not their fault. Like they're like that through their trauma, and like how do you break through that wall and have them accept it or see something different?
Dude, one thing that I want to share that was so dope, bro, was my mom was under medicine, and she finally feels it, and she's like talking, she's like communicating with the medicine, and she goes, "Okay, I want to go into past, I want to heal my past," right? And then the medicine goes, "There's no need to do that, because just be present. You're at a place in your life where there's no more healing that needs to be done. It's like, just be present. You are happy now. You don't have to heal that trauma, because it's like it doesn't sit with you no more." And I was like, "Damn, that's some sick ass fucking answer, bro."
But that's like her learning to let go of her past, not ignore her past.
Yep. Because she took the balls and she's like, "Let's go to the past."
Right.
And then the message is like, "It's not for you. You don't need to do that." Some people it does, but not you.
Bro, I have this whole thing about like we can say so many things that make sense, but until you feel it within your heart, that's when it really matters. And I think your mom finally truly felt it in her heart.
Yeah, man.
To really, again, you can say so many things like that make sense, like all these sayings and shit, but until you can really apply it to yourself, and like the most basic karma, treat others the way you want to be treated. Anyone can agree. In a room of 1,000 people, anyone can agree. How many people actually do that? Not a lot.
Yeah.
But because how many of them truly feel that within their heart? when you can just say shit like that makes sense and everyone can agree. Yeah, anyone can agree. But how many people live it, you know?
Okay,
Sounds like that, man.
Let's move it along and let's fast forward. You got called. We poached you into our cooking crew.
You guys didn't even poach me, man.
Yeah,
I was all in, bro.
But so yeah, me, my wife, and now Tony and a few other people are on this cooking crew where we make food for the whole entire ceremony from our hearts, man. We do all the shopping. We really sit down and think of the items that go, recipes
the dishes,
that go in there.
Everything. It's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard
to feed 60 people.
Yeah, shout out to my wife again for fucking holding it down like a G, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, like I say I'm in a cooking crew, but half the time I'm not.
It's more like me.
But I do other work, so it's fine.
Yeah. At least there is a Tony in the cooking crew.
So you transitioning to now volunteering for ceremony. What's going through your head? How's it going? What is it between facilitator versus participant versus volunteer?
Right, bro. It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful experience. I just being around like the community, everyone being so accepting and loving, and I've had family and friends as long as I've lived and never felt that type of love before in my life.
That's crazy to say. Yeah, that's cool.
You know, and just that's not even the medicine. Like, as much
That's
as I
just
love
human.
the journey, as much as I love the journey, it almost scared the shit out of me. And I think I got enough from it in the sense. There's always more to learn, but I feel like from the medicine, I'm a little scared. So I feel like I've learned a lot just from being around the community. And the Taita does have us take our facilitator cups, which I think that helps me just be in between, you know. But just cooking for everybody, being there, and it's such a labor of love, being with On and you guys, and just like being a part of you guys' family now, it's fucking beautiful, and I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
So when Tony mentions a facilitator cup, it's a very low dosage of ayahuasca when you do drink and facilitate for ceremony. It just helps us connect to the same wavelengths. We kind of, dude, I mean, it's not magical, but sometimes it is where I'm like, yo, this is we're communicating telepathically,
right?
You know, it's kind of like, oh shit, that's why we have this facilitator dose, you know.
And you have to really understand what they're going through sometimes.
Yeah.
And like when you're in there just a little bit, and then you're helping, you can at least have some understanding of what they're going through. You know what I mean? Even though you've processed, and when you're out of it, you can't connect the way they're connecting.
Yeah.
And I think it just really helps. And you know, there's this definitely level of professionalism. You can't be out there like acting like a volunteer trying to help people, you know.
Yeah. So facilitators, what we normally do is we literally are eagle eyes, man. We look for everyone, we look after everyone, making sure people have water, need to go to the restroom, new bags from your puke bucket. We'll freaking clean you up if you need to.
Dude, we are certified trip sitters.
Yeah.
Like
pretty
the
much.
best of the best.
Yeah. And yeah, so let's go fast forward to present day, man. What's your ideology now? How do you feel about this whole spiritual thing? I don't really like using that word too much anymore, but it's a word to use. What else can we use? I don't know. Yeah, you know? What else? But internally, how do you feel? How do you approach life? What is different from the first day till now?
Man,
who are you today?
Less anxious, less depressed, and less angry. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's who I am. Like of that, you know, and it's just more It's crazy, man. It's just like so much insight. I just wake up and like, even though you still have the normal human experiences, you're gonna go through the same thing when you're gonna wake up not feeling your best. But the way I can process it now is just so much easier than before.
Yeah.
You kind of hang on to those things a lot longer than before.
Yeah, you get new tools.
Yeah,
mental tools.
Yeah, mental tools just to really like peel that away. Like, it's kind of like trying to use your bare hands to scrape snow off, and now you literally just have a scraper. And now you're able to like just make it so much easier. You're doing the same job, but just like you said, with that mental tool, and you're just making it work faster and better for yourself. And like, yeah, man, just it's still the day by day. facilitating helps, like kind of like be in tune, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like be a part of it all the time. Yeah, man, it's just still learning and just applying it day by day. Meditating was, I still meditate every day, 10 minutes a day. So gotta be putting in that work and just always being mindful. I think you just, it's easy to forget when you don't go through this type of thing. It's like that thing where, like, you know, like after you get jacked, after you lose something, after you get yelled at by your parents, like you have that feeling like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna try better, but it doesn't really last long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for some reason, after taking, like, it sticks with you for so long, it doesn't go away. Like, you're just always mindful now.
Yeah, like every time I make a mistake or I fuck up or something happens, I take it back to me. I don't blame anyone else no more.
Right.
Now it's just like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Oh, I should have did something differently or whatever. You know, like I always bring it back to me. Like, how did I influence this whole situation?
Yes,
you know?
self-accountability, dude.
Pretty much accountability. And then so, you know, a fun question, what was the best experience you had or highlight of this whole entire Aya experience? Was there one journey that stuck out to you? Because sometimes, bro, I'll see you from afar and you'll just be like, I'm so in love. With no shirt, I'm just like, looking into the sky.
Once you see me without a shirt on, soaking in the sun like this, bro, like, you know, I'm into it, bro. Yes. When I start photosynthesizing, bro, that's when you know, man. That's when you know, dude.
So funny, man. But yes, one highlight, if you had one to share, what would it be?
It's like, it's hard, bro. It's hard. There's just so much. If anything, since I gotta go back to the food, dude. The food was amazing. I have to say the highlight is the food. Cooking it and preparing it and eating it and having everyone.
It's from your love,
feels
man.
so good. Yeah, aside from all the healing stuff, for me, it's the food.
Bro, we were making baked salmon and we went to like 10,000 stores to look for that.
Oh, bro, furikake, man. I was so determined.
Bro, we're like, just let it go, man.
No.
Just let it go. Dude, he had a what? DoorDash or what?
Instacart it. I had to Instacart $20 because for the delivery, and I had to hit a certain limit for him to deliver it, bro. $3-4 seasoning because I was so determined to get this dish for the peoples, and we did it,
dude. That was some really good baked salmon, man.
Yeah, it was like so my cousin Jennifer, one of my biggest inspirators, I guess, or like one of my cousins that I like looked up to. She gave me that recipe. That's why, bro. It was a connection to my cousin. It was so simple: mayo, furikake, bake it, fire.
All right, so Tony, he does his meditating 10 minutes a day, his food thing. Where can people connect to you if they want to connect with you some more?
Here's the plug: Stony _lay, STONY_LEY. I do morning meditations on Instagram every morning around like 11 to 12 or like afternoon meditation, and I have my eating lives on TikTok and gaming lives on Twitch. So yeah,
he does demon hours sometimes, and I'm a fucking fat troll, and I'll jump on. I
love it, bro. No,
troll the shit out of him whenever I
you
can.
Fucker, dude.
Yeah, but I know it's so funny. So we are pretty much gonna end the podcast, man. It's so sad, right? Actually, you know,
I feel like we can keep going, bro. Like
you know,
so much shit to talk about.
Guarantee there will be a part 2. Just talk a little bit more in depth about different things. And yeah, but thank you for tuning in. My name's Tony. His name's Tony. The other dude's name's Tony. Fuck it.
Tony.
Tony. And we are out. Laters.